got a bit of the pepper and a bit of the chicken as well. That's delicious. I think the sauce has been soaked up by the rice. You can certainly taste some spices. Right at the end there's a bit of a hit of spices. Hi everyone and welcome back to Greggie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis and in today's video I want to share with you how to make my delicious coconut and lime chicken stir fry curry. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a really delicious coconut lime chicken stir fry curry. So this recipe is really easy and this is a really nice dish to have during the week, or you could have it on a weekend as well. The great part about this dish is you can prepare a lot of it the day before and store it in the fridge overnight. So I'm cooking off the rice at the moment. I have done a recipe on how to cook rice and I will link that in the description box below for you. And the next thing I've done is just chop some chicken. So I've got about 500 grams of chicken breast here. So I'm just simply going to pop into this glass bowl here, and I am going to add to that some coconut cream. So I'm going to add about 100 mils of coconut cream to this. If you can't get coconut cream like this, then you can put a tin of coconut cream in the fridge, turn it upside down, and the liquid from the coconut cream should sink to the bottom and the top bit will be just cream like this. So that's one way of getting coconut cream if you can't get it in a little tub like that. And now I'm going to add some spices to this. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of mild chili powder. If you want to flavour this and make it more spicy, then you could add medium or hot. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of ground ginger as well. And then I'm going to add some ground turmeric or turmeric. I never know how to say that. I'm sure I've been saying it correctly and then I'm questioning myself when I do it. So I think it's turmeric. So a teaspoon of ground turmeric, a teaspoon of ground coriander as well. I love all these mixed spices together, they smell so good. And then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of ground sweet cinnamon as well. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon of that. And then I've got some dried oregano or oregano, whatever you want to call it really, whichever continent you're standing on. I think you should call it by the way they say it over there. Luckily I'm in the UK so I can say oregano. Right, and then I'm going to add some salt and pepper to that as well. So salt and pepper to your taste. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. It is already quite spicy with all of the spices in it. And I'm just going to mix these ingredients together until everything is well coated. I've also got a lime to add to this as well, so I've got to go and get my lime in a moment. So I'm just going to squeeze some lime in this as well. And then I'm going to pop this in the fridge for a good couple of hours. And then after a couple of hours, I shall start to cook the curry once the rice has cooled down as well. I will cook the curry and I will use this and some vegetables as well. But I'm just going to go and get my lime. I've got the juice. I'm going to squeeze the juice of half a lime on top of this and I'm going to mix it in again with the spoon. You could use a whole lime if you like things more limey. We like spice and lime, but we don't like too much of it in this house, so I always add a little bit. My son can be a slightly fussy eater, so I try not to add too much of anything to our dishes. So if you want to add more because you love lime, then please do. And I'm just going to put the lid on that. If you have got a bowl with a lid, then that's brilliant, because then that means nothing can fall into it. And I'm going to pop this in the fridge, as I said, for a couple of hours now. The chicken has been marinating in the fridge for a good 2 hours and the rice has cooked and cooled. As I mentioned earlier, I've done a recipe for that and I'll link that in the description box below for you. Now what I'm going to do is I've put a large pan and I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the base of that pan. And as always, if you watch my videos in the past, you'll probably know this bit off by heart now, but if you do watch these videos and you have enjoyed them today, then please feel free to give this video a big thumbs up. And also, if you did really like this video and you want to see more, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Everything like that really helps me out and I would really appreciate it. So as I said, I'm just going to leave this pan to heat up. The pan is getting nice and hot now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an onion to the base of the pan. So I've got one red onion here that I've peeled, sliced and diced, and I'm just going to pop that into the base of the pan like so. And I'm going to fry the onion until it starts to soften and go a clear sort of translucent colour. And hopefully it will also start to go a lovely golden brown colour around the outside. This should take about 3, maybe 5 minutes depending on your hob. It shouldn't take long at all really. So as I said, I'm just going to continue to fry this onion. So I've fried the onion until it started to go clear, and it's also started to go golden brown in places as well, which is perfect. It's just what I want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit, and I'm going to add one red pepper. So I've peeled, sliced and diced this red pepper, and I'm just going to pop this into the base of the pan like so. And I'm going to fry the red pepper until this starts to soften, and this will take a little while to soften. If you want a little cheat, and you don't want your ingredients to stick to the bottom of the pan, just add a touch of water to the base of the pan, and this helps to unstick any ingredients. It also helps to soften the pepper as well. I think it's because of the steam in the pan, the pepper starts to soften slightly quicker. So I'm just going to continue to fry this pepper until it starts to get slightly soft. The red pepper has started to soften beautifully. Depending on how soft you want it, will depend on how long you cook it for. If you don't mind your vegetables a little bit crunchier, then obviously you don't have to fry it for as long as I did. My husband and son are slightly fussy when it comes to vegetables, so I have to fry things for slightly longer, I have to say. And then here I have one courgette that I've just simply peeled and grated. You don't have to grate it, you could cut it into cubes. If you like to taste your vegetables, then please do. As I said, I have slightly fussy eaters in my house, so I always like to grate and cut things as small as possible. So hopefully they don't know it's in there and it will go in their mouth, is what I'm trying to do there. But also I like to grate the courgette because it does tend to cook slightly quicker as well. So I have grated the courgette, and I will only need about a minute or so to cook this. So I'm just going to continue to fry this courgette until it doesn't need to soften, but just mixes in well with all the other ingredients. I've fried the courgette and everything is lovely and soft. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the chicken that I made earlier. So I'm just going to add this to the base of the pan, and I'm going to cook this with all the other ingredients. I'm just going to mix everything round, and I'm going to cook this chicken until it goes a lovely golden brown colour. As I think I mentioned earlier, you could make the chicken and store it in the fridge overnight if you wanted to, so you could make up the marinade for it and just put it in the fridge overnight, or you can do it in the morning and actually cook it off in the evening as well. And the same with the rice, but don't leave rice in the fridge too long, because what tends to happen with rice is as soon as you cook it, it gets germs in it, and leaving rice for like longer than a day is not a good thing really. So if you are going to cook the rice, make sure you use it within a day. So I'm just going to continue now to fry the chicken until it goes a golden brown colour, but first I think I'm just going to turn the heat back up. So the chicken has cooked, and the last thing I've got to do for this dish is I'm going to add in some green beans, and I'm just going to fry these off with the rest of the chicken and the vegetables as well. You don't need to cook these for very long at all. They tend to cook down quite quickly, green beans, I find. So I'm just going to continue to cook these until they're warmed through. I've just turned the heat back down to a medium heat. The beans have cooked, and as you can see there is a little bit less in the bowl here. The reason being I've put some of this into a separate bowl, and this will be my lunch tomorrow, so I'll cook off some more rice tomorrow and just add it to the dish. You can just have this as a curry, and you could just add some rice or a Peshwari naan to this. You could just eat it like this as well if you wanted to, but I think adding the rice in makes all the difference. So I'm just going to add some rice to this dish, like so, and then I will mix it in and serve it, and I'll let you know how it tastes in a moment. But it smells so good, I have to say. But I'm really looking forward to this for our dinner this evening. So yes, I'm just mixing the rice round like you would a stir fry basically. My husband did laugh when I said this is a stir fry. He said it sounds more like a biryani, which I suppose a biryani is, but I've never looked at it like that. I'm a bit dyslexic sometimes, me. So yes, that is our dinner done, and as I said, I will serve some up and let you know how it tastes, but I'm sure it's going to be delicious because it smells really good right now. As I said several times, I think I'm just going to give this a little try, let you know how it tastes, and as I've also said, it smells really good, so I'm sure it's going to taste really nice as well. So I've got a bit of the pepper and a bit of the chicken as well. That's delicious. I think the sauce has been soaked up by the rice. You can certainly taste some spices. Right at the end there's a bit of a hit of spices, and then lime is really refreshing as well. So that, I'm really looking forward to having this for my dinner this evening. That's how you make this delicious stir fry curry, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be having this for our dinner this evening, and it smells and tastes so good, I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.